All right, it is time. Grimshale is coming for the party tonight as our brave is the word we are using. Heroes went forward and heeding the directions of the kobolds decided to raid the horde of Grimshale, trying to get the pieces they can, making much noise and seemingly summoning the dragon to its lair. They proceeded to run not before grabbing several implements that the dragon had hoarded. The kobolds had told them about that kept that had particular enchantments that were useful against those of dragon blood. And they now have begun to flee with all their might through the tunnels that led them here. And all they hear and feel are the tremors in the walls all around as the thing of darkness, Grimshale themselves, their former patron, the one that helped them achieve their glory, who they've now betrayed, is here to wreak potentially their vengeance. And it is with that we are jumping in. So now moving through the naturally, so far, dark tunnel running. You all have gathered various weapons and implements in here through the dark kobolds running with you. They're screaming a little loudly, and in mid-run, what do y'all want to do?
Supora, get my temperature.
Alarx has his torch out with the blue eternal flame burning at the end of it, so that he can see at least.
Not good, not good, not good. Keep running.
It's very bad. Very, very bad.
Oh no.
I think we just need to find a spot that's, not quite so confined, so that way Xanatos can have whatever conversation he's going to have with Grimshale.
Xanatos, do you still wish to speak with the dragon that seems very angry at us?
Well, otherwise it's what we know is going to happen. We're going to have to fight Grimshale, so this might let us live, without it, but gotta try. I'm not going to sacrifice my gifts just because on a he said, she said with a rock that was talking to us, so.
Do you
That's reassuring.
Do you think it'd go better if you were alone and the betrayers weren't surrounding you?
I would like if the betrayers were very close, somewhere near me. Just not, maybe not in eyesight, but ready to bounce. Please don't leave me, guys.
If only we could see them.
What are you talking about? Whisper and I can see them all the time.
Yeah, just fine.
Okay, wait.
Out to you.
Calder and Whisper, what do they look like? When you saw Grimshale, what do they look like?
Whisper will re-describe them.
Okay. Just in case I do see it, I don't want to freak out if I do see them just all of a sudden appear.
And they sort of look like a dragon, but, with tentacles, which is not normal for most dragons. I don't think they had eyes.
It had a lot of
They used
wriggling
their eyes to see.
tentacles.
That's good to know. I have a way to hide us for about an hour, but we wouldn't be able to move. We'd be stuck.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yes.
Just sit on my butt for a little while.
That could really come in handy in a pinch,
Yes.
which we may very well be in.
But if Grimshale reaches us before I do this,
How long does it take you? So maybe we should keep running till we find that open area I was talking about. So that way Grimshale can't attack us from omnidirections.
We need to find an area that, if Grimshale's there, that's not going to be their advantage. Someplace where they can't, burrow and, find
Well, I mean,
us.
we're underground, so they can burrow everywhere. It just
Gosh,
needs to
that's
be
right. I hate
5
this.
feet. We just need to be outside of this tunnel, so if we can be in, a bigger room,
Yes, that's
that's preferable.
Ours looks up. How tall is the ceiling?
5 feet.
Oh,
out of the 5 feet area. Oh wait, maybe stay in the 5 feet. I don't know, man. God, I'm so stressed.
No, we definitely, we've had some experience with a dragon. We know being super clumped together, bad. We don't know what Grimshale's breath will do. Don't want to be in a line, preferably.
yeah, I agree with Calder. If we don't get to bigger space, we don't stand a chance at all. We're all going to die.
Are the screaming kobolds behind us or in front of us?
They're leading. I would be running up ahead with them with the light, so they're probably leading the way.
I do want to go to one of the kobolds. Like Xandros will go to like the one that was just newly recruited, not the ones that were like with us.
Not Sid Satsop.
Is it?
Yep.
Not Sizatsa, but Sade. That's the newest one. Sod.
Sod, yeah.
Okay, so Sod, like, hey Sod, listen. Do you know an area where there's a lot of water, that it's really bad water, and there's a whole bunch of treasure in there? You know where this area is.
I mean, yeah, I would say they go on. No.
Dang it. All right. Well, thank you, son.
So you know it's. I mean that location is probably a good like 1 to 2 weeks away from your current.
Ah, man, I hate this.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, never mind.
That's how long it took you to get there before.
Got it. Okay.
Fire hazard coming in clutch in the chat.
Thanks, Fire.
And then I'll just tell like the kobolds like, okay, you have to remain hidden, but we do need your help. So make sure that you do those awesome chants that you guys were doing, because those were cool. But only when we tell you to. If we're trying to be quiet, you have to be quiet.
Okay,
I'll
quiet.
say this all in Draconic, so that way they like fully understand. There's no chance of them like not misunderstanding this.
Okay, they begin to listen, and they nod. You understand? Okay. Be quiet until we are told to. Yes, and as you continue to run down the long cave tunnel. So what are you trying to go? What do you want to do?
We need to get to an opening. Let's get to an opening. Alark, how long do you need to do your little trick that you're talking about with the rope? You're muted. I can't understand what you're saying in the dark.
Not muted now.
Nope.
Oh.
Can't hear anything he's saying.
Oh no, Grimshale is taking his voice.
No, silence! Who cast silence?
Bobby told you to fix this earlier. I think it's a minute for rope trick. Yay, nay. Oh.
What the casting time is the action for rope trick.
Oh.
Okay. What was that, Alark? You can cast a magic spell and make all of us healed in level 20? But you have to sacrifice your own life?
Or at least her voice.
If I look to the kobolds, how far are we to like the next opening? That there might be an area that maybe there would be little areas that we can, like different stalagmites and stalactites that we can hide behind to kind of make like a pop out and like kind of little. I don't know. You guys don't know what gorillas are, but they're big creatures that like to like pop out randomly, attack secretly to throw off their enemies.
test 1, 2.
Hey!
Hey, there's Luke.
So I was having a mini panic attack.
Same, bro. Same.
No, I can do it pretty quick. Just couple seconds.
Okay.
I haven't. Okay, full disclosure, I haven't done this before. In theory, it should protect us, but and make us invisible, but not silent. So she would still be able to hear us if we made too much noise.
Okay, well, the kobolds know to not say anything and be quiet, so until we tell them.
Damn, I didn't take silence.
Indeed, and as a note when they do this, that does mean the portal is not something you can necessarily control who goes in and out. Once it's open, it is open to all creatures.
But they have to be able to climb a rope.
No, they
And they
don't.
No?
They
That
just
was
have to
the
be
whole
able to
thing.
fit into a 3x5 space.
They just have to be able to get to the portal.
But it is invisible,
Yes.
so that's nice. And they changed the text from 2014, so it also blocks effects now. So that's also nice.
Their box attack spells and other effects.
Wait, like, if it blocks effects, does that include like auras, like from other people, like outside, or just our effects?
Both
It
ways.
just says, yeah.
So, all right. So, is the idea here to get to trying to find a kind of open cavernous area? Is that what I'm hearing?
Preferably.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Possibly with something with some rocks here and there that we might be able to use as
Yeah.
duck and cover.
Okay. So, plenty of terrain and things. Okay. Perfect. In that case, we'll go ahead and do a skill challenge. Y'all can decide what your characters are doing to try to help out. Based on number of successes, we'll see how well you do in finding the terrain.
I mean, I have my light up, so I am taking lead, and I am going to be checking for any sort of natural traps that we might wipe out on or draw more attention to us. Like, I don't know, like an ice luge that we got stuck in last time.
Nice. Give me a perception check.
Am I
aware-
guiding him as my thing that I'm doing? Like literally casting guidance on him constantly?
No, this would be a skill for each
Okay.
person for the most part.
Yep, that didn't go well. I got an 8.
Do you still have your heroic inspiration for being a human?
I do, but I was holding on to it for the fight.
Fair enough, fair enough.
So that'll be our first fail. Next.
I guess let's see if this works. Looking at the cave formations themselves, seeing if I can use nature to maybe give us a bit of direction on where I think a
Okay.
opening, like it might open up.
So yeah, as the passages are branching and moving, you're trying to just see flow of water, all those types of things. Give me the nature check, please.
As they're running, ours is going to use his bonus action to use his Font of Magic ability. He's going to transform 3 of his sorcery points into another level 2 spell slot.
Okay.
24.
Very nice. All right. So yeah, you start to get an idea. You're heading away.
Wait, no, sorry, 22. I did math bad. It was 16 plus 6.
Okay. All right. You can see a little bit of water upon the ground that you go this way, this way, this way, as it's getting a little damper. Who's next?
Whisper would like to, using her ability to see, like normal, call out to people when they're like, I'm like, hey, there's a rock right under you, or so that they don't stumble and fall. Kind of
Okay.
thing. Does that make sense?
It does. Perception.
That's a 7.
We're doing great, guys. We're totally gonna get to fight Grimshale in the location we wanted.
Got to use real dice tonight.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Let me just
Who's
grab
next?
this tray of mine.
I'm thinking that maybe with some of these failures, perhaps there's like a physical thing perhaps blocking our way that requires some athletics to remove.
Okay. So you're like, there might be a quicker way. Let's not use the regular tunnels. We can find some hidden tunnels, or one might say secret, even.
Secret
you
tunnels.
go ahead and give an athletics check.
Secret tunnels. 16.
16, okay. Pushing through, you find one. It is slick and seems to go at a much steeper angle as you all begin running quicker down here.
Ours is, as they're running, is going to try and think like, okay, if I knew these tunnels and I could dig through the ground, where would I go to try and intercept a group that was trying to evade me? He's going to try and get into Grimshale's head and determine how she might try and intercept us, and then try and work around that.
Okay, I'll do insight.
All right. And I am... Okay. No... Well, should I use a luck point, guys,
That's your call.
before I roll? Okay.
It's up to you.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna
Smoke 'em
roll
while you got 'em.
straight. All right, a 16.
Okay. Okay, very good. So trying to get into their head, trying to decide what they might do as you I would say begin to realize they probably can sense your movements as you're making noises that might distract, might give a different idea of maybe where you're heading. Go next.
Seeing everybody kind of freaking out a little bit, I just call out to them, You ludicrous parcel of driveling galoots, get it together!
Ours is going to relay to the rest of the group that he thinks that Grimshale can sense where they are.
So just trying to inspire my team.
All right, I'll do persuasion.
That way they're not so afraid. Right. All right, that's a 14 on the die for 20 total.
Nice. And we just need one more.
Okay, sorry, I got overwhelmed. What exactly are we doing as for us?
So the idea here is you wanted to try to find a larger open space that had ground cover.
Yeah.
For you to be able to use both stalagmites and stalactites. And that was just where you might send your gun, or where you at least should be more comfortable in. And so it's what everyone's doing to achieve that.
I don't know. I think I think Xandos would thinking back to its previous fighting and being in wars and such, try to look for areas with the most advantage for a bigger enemy, for specifically where a bunch of small things could have advantage over one large thing. Like what? Like think back to maybe sieges of castles, or like how like it's easy for small things to go after a big thing, and like what area would do that, like giving plenty of cover. So I guess like going with OB stuff. I don't know. I'm rambling.
Okay. This could be history. If you're trying to do strategy.
Okay. I think we're history. Oh, actually, okay. Sorry. I just thought of it. I want to like find a place that, if there's an area, like I want to do something like with survival, like where like either that would have like some things that can help us. Like, does that make sense? Like, would that work?
Yeah, okay, that makes
Okay.
sense. Go ahead and do me a survival check.
Okay. 12, 13, 14.
14, okay. Very good. Okay. You run and run quickly and finally burst, following more wet patterns and ways that you hope that maybe a river once ran through here and you might get a better sense. Burst into a larger cavern where indeed there seems to be a waterway that flows. It only is about 2 feet deep, but does flow from one part of this large room to the other. It's roughly 80 feet, both wide and tall. 5 to 8 foot stalagmites move up through the ground, and some stalactites from the ceiling narrow. With your first glances, Orion, you're the first to notice several purplish orbs that seem to be around here, with streaks of like a dull yellow that are leaned up against these large, almost pillow-like formations.
Does this look like they're moving, or is it just like the lights are set in place?
They're not moving. They're not light at all.
Oh,
They're
okay.
just these objects that seem to be on the ground. I will say you have arrived. You probably have limited time. So we'll do a round. Everyone can take a turn here.
I'll do a quick investigation just then and see what I can figure out about these things.
Very cool. Thanks, Teach. And yeah, give me an investigation check.
Natural 20 for 22.
No.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay. You look. These are undeniably eggs. And their patterns match the skin tone that Grimshale has described to you of.
Grimshale's a mom?
You know what that means? We're
Sammy!
making omelets.
Always got to be pet.
Where's Sammy?
Ours has it.
Is it possible to how many do we count roughly, or?
That's a good number, maybe 15 to 20.
Okay, as long as it's not like Godzilla with Matthew Broderick numbers.
Wow. This is a lot of potential dragons.
I guess with my quick turn, my bonus action is to also investigate these to see how close they are to hatching.
Okay, let's do nature.
Okay. 12.
Okay. I'd say, you're not sure too much, though you identify 2 that are close.
Okay.
How, like the various stages of the others you are unsure of.
And then and sorry, how large are they? The eggs?
So each one is roughly 3 to 4 feet in diameter.
Okay. Then with my action, I'm going to try and hide nearby them.
Okay.
So we're not.
So you're not doing your rope trick?
I thought we. Yeah, I didn't.
I'm just
understand
checking.
Yeah. I guess. So this goes up to.
You can talk with the party. I'm totally cool with that because
Okay.
everyone wants to know what's going on.
I didn't know if we were doing a rope trick right now, because if we do it right now, then we're all hiding for an hour, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Trying to, at least.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Rope trick goes up to the ceiling when I use it.
Actually, do we know? Can Grimshale fly, or is Grimshale more of like a climber?
I think it's a climber.
Oh, I'm asking.
We don't remember seeing wings on Grimshale, correct?
Yeah, look at
It looked more like vestigial wings.
Yeah, okay.
Then yeah, after inspecting it, I will take out my rope and
Hold on, Alaric.
What?
How we gonna get Sammy up there?
Sammy can climb on walls. I'm sure he can climb up a rope.
He's got Toby. He's got toes, not hands. Can Sammy climb up a rope?
They can stick, so they can adhere to the rope.
Okay.
But just keep in mind, your kobolds will not make it.
Yeah, we won't be able to fit all of us and the kobolds.
That's correct. Only 8 can go up there.
So us and Sammy.
Yep.
The kobolds can go in Sammy. What? They can breathe in there.
Can they?
Didn't you read your magical spell thing that the guy gave us?
I finished throwing the rope.
That's right.
Humanoids can. Sammy is a special case. Humans can breathe in Sammy.
And they're humanoids.
Definitely.
Where's the Sammy stat block again?
In the loot, I think. At least that's how I read it.
I'm not seeing it.
All right, so you see a rope that moves up and goes towards the ceiling.
Handouts, okay.
And the rope just like vanishes up into the ceiling.
Oh, okay. Open up, Sammy, and I like bonk him on the head.
And
All right, boys, get it.
I will climb up the rope, up and vanish into the ceiling.
All right.
All right.
Sid, Sod, Sad, Steve, hop in.
Okay, they hop in. You hear kobold screams and gnashing of bones.
Sammy!
Wait,
Sammy, what the
didn't you
fuck?
clear to him that wasn't supposed to happen? They were treasure, not food?
Part luggage, part homicide maniac.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
now Whisper feels terrible.
Just solving problems
is
over
bad.
here.
For best you can tell, Sid and Sad are no more. The other 2 are fine.
Ours looks at this in horror. Oh no.
Well, great.
We already didn't have enough help.
Whisper, let's go ahead and climb up. It's like, oh well, that's a thing that happened. It's all
All right,
going
Sammy,
great.
climb the rope.
All right, the many-footed
And
luggage
then-
goes up.
All right, let's
So
go.
ours looks back at where everyone came from. And can we tell that Grimshale's getting closer?
And right now, it's just sort of the rumbling. You're not entirely sure.
All right. Well, that's basically all I just need to know. Ars speaks a word in Celestial. He says, Denuntia. Denuntia. And is going to cause the magic like ripples out from him, and he's going to cause harmless tremors in the ground in the hopes of confusing Grimshale
Okay.
about where things are.
I like it.
And then he is also going to climb up the rope.
Yeah, just
All
climb
right.
up the rope. I got nothing else to do.
So, funny enough, a lot of you, it's going to take about 4 turns to get up the rope.
Really?
Well, it's 80-foot rope.
Is that how high the ceiling is?
Yep. And
I'm gonna jump initially.
you asked for this room.
I thought it was to the end of the rope or to the ceiling, whichever comes first. Why did we pick the longest fucking rope we had? Why don't we cut that bitch?
Okay, so let me see here. Rope reaches. Okay, hangs perpendicular to the ground or the rope. Okay, so how long of a rope did you choose?
2 inches.
It's got to be high enough that we can stand under it. Otherwise, we won't be able to get into the rope.
Yeah, so it has to be 15 feet, right? Because you're climbing the rope half speed.
Yeah. So 15 if you want everyone to be able to get there in turn.
So yeah, it just vanishes 15 feet up in the air.
Okay, I'm good with that. So you cut off a 50-foot segment of rope, throw it up, and okay, then everyone can get in.
I have one question though before we do it. When we're in rope trick, are we able to heal in any respect while we're in there? Or should I heal before I go in?
If we're
Does
there
your
the
healing
full
have a
hour,
verbal component?
Yeah, I thought we were doing this to get a short rest of some sort.
to attempt.
I'm just
to
saying,
advance
if
the
we're talking inside of the rope trick, we can still be
defeats the
heard.
purpose. Yeah.
It does not.
I do have a question about where I placed the rope like portal. Can I place it over the top of one of the eggs?
Yeah. Cool. So you go over top of one of the eggs, move up. With that, everyone's able to get in then. As you.
My food just arrived. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. So now, all of you sit in this dark space, looking down, and you see the egg, because you can see downward, because the door is still there. Portal.
And
I'm
pull up the
assuming we
rope.
pulled the rope up. Yeah.
I do have a question. Does light like this? I don't think spells go through the portal, right? So light doesn't.
Wouldn't that be like the effect deal? That, like,
Magical light. doesn't
Correct.
pass
The light
through?
wouldn't pass through.
Okay.
That doesn't last long enough.
And so, well, do we need to wait for something to happen before we can do things?
So, let's say you get in.
You know for a fact we're gonna have to roll d6s right now to see if some tragedy happens.
I mean, Jonathan has so you're not just good at this. It's going to be a little higher than a D6, but yeah. Go ahead, and we're going to call these with rope trick. I'm actually going to let these be D20s.
Ooh,
that's what you've got in.
All right.
Ocho, 8.
3.
We're doing great so far.
10.
15.
16.
12.
Sage, a d20, please.
No doubles. No
Can I use an inspiration?
Nope.
This is
not
just,
a
this is
not a
that kind
d20
of,
test.
it's just a.
Oh.
We're rolling to see if an encounter happens.
What do I roll for?
Just a
d20.
d20.
A d20? I got a nat 1.
We deserve to die.
Okay. So
I mean, rope trip was never a guarantee. It is magical and it is a dragon, so
We all fall down.
Somebody sneezes.
all right.
I don't know if we can gaslight this one, boys.
So, in that case, you. All right. You feel rocks burrow and fall. And magic or darkness envelops. So you can many of you can no longer see out of the portal.
Whisper and I are chilling. We're like, what are you talking about, guys? Nothing changed.
A low growl. I heard you here. I felt your steps. And then you see I guess whispering Cowder. You see 2 orbs being placed by the one that you are over. 2 claws. And then they begin to whisper in Draconic. As they place their finger on the one you're right below. I call you, my heir. Arise, Fedlog.
It's Sung Jinu.
And put 2 claws of 2 points of their left claw, and the other 2 serve. You're better. And then places their whole paw essentially over the 3. Guard, hunt, and defend. It begins to move. And as you see the darkness move away as a cracking of rocks and dirt, you feel them leave the space. But then the cracking of eggs, these 3. Out of it comes much like what was described to all of you as Grimshale, just smaller. As it goes and begins stalking. And from the 2 smaller ones, you recognize bursting out 2 kobolds. That almost immediately begin to gather and sharpen rocks. and kind of sniff around. So with this, they're going to make a smell perception. I need everyone to give me a stealth check to see how well you all did.
Wait, we need to roll
23.
perception and then stealth?
No, stealth.
Is it possible to use my blessing of the trickster? Because I don't know if it actually needs a verbal. If it's just
No, this would have been. This is. You would have already had used it. So
Okay.
this is from before.
Yeah, I think it's already on Celicus.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is I could roll it flat.
Yep.
Correct.
I got a
19.
21.
14.
Dirty 20.
23 for me.
Okay. Any others?
Should get my 16.
I already said I got 21.
All right. Okay. So. It scratches and stretches. And you can see darkness, though not magical, seems to surround the young creature. But they don't seem to know where you are as it paces about. So what would you like to do?
Yeah, can I get clarification really quick? So there's one young Grimshale and 2 kobolds, not 3 young Grimshales.
Correct.
Cool.
Can I use the message cantrip to relay between all of us so we can converse in here?
Let me see here. This message, isn't it verbal in nature?
Right, but it says that the verbal part of it is only heard by the person you're speaking to. I think.
Perfect.
What also is going on with our 2 kobolds that we didn't bring up the rope?
They're in Sammy.
Yeah. They survived, but they're there.
So,
Two,
okay.
Of 2 of them died. 2 of them are in Sammy
Oh.
successfully.
Okay, they actually took away the verbal component of message.
Oh,
It's semantic and
How
material.
the hell does that? You can talk non-verbally. Oh wait, I can actually do that. I have common sign language.
yeah, you do.
But unfortunately, you're the only one.
Yep. So it takes a bit of
Time.
working around and time, but Alaric will be the switchboard between party members for conversation. Well, it's not as big a problem as it was a moment ago.
Who do you talk to first?
We'll go with Whisper. Yeah.
I love your optimism, Alaric.
Well, so far we're not dead, so
Yeah.
silver linings.
So far, we're doing good. This was
There's-
a great idea, by the way. I'm glad it worked.
Me too. I had originally learned this so that we could kind of rest in pieces, maybe the wrong word, but rest without
Avoid encounters when we're
interruption.
resting.
Right. Rest without interruption. When we fought when we fought that large stone gem golem last time, I thought, well, how do we avoid that in the future? I didn't think I'd be using it for this, but I'm glad it worked out. I guess if you have any ideas you'd like me to share with the others, just tap me on the shoulder and let me know.
Yep, will do. I can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay. I'll switch over to Obi. I think some of us are injured. I didn't know if you had something you wanted to do, or if you were saving that for later.
I mean, I'm hoping we can get this full rest, but if we can't, I mean, I can do something, but it's still going to take at least 10 minutes.
Ah. All right. We'll keep that in mind then. If you have any ideas about what to do with the creatures below, let me know and I'll share with the others.
Okay.
And that's kind of the same thing that I'll relay to everyone, is that if they have any ideas, let me know and I'll relay it.
I just tell you to remind everybody to be quiet because we can still be heard. Make sure that everybody's aware that there's now a small Grimshale, as well as actual Grimshale looking out for us, though we can only see the one kind of flitting back and forth below us. Flitting is probably not the right word. That makes it sound like it's flying, scuttling around.
One thing that I'll kind of relay to the group, if I get the timing right when they all happen to be grouped together, I might be able to put them all to sleep.
I have similar magic, but I know that they don't instantly go to sleep.
Right. They get a bit groggy and then they fall asleep, but they do have a chance to kind of shake it off. And if one of them doesn't fall asleep, it can wake up the others. So it is a bit dicey.
Well, so I still have Grimshale's gift, and so I can still speak Draconic, and I know I have a stronger persuasion, and with my amplified voice, I can make it seem louder, and so potentially I can either scare them or convince them to get close together so that the spell can work. Or
Would
at
that
least
also alert Grimshale that we're here?
Well,
I'm not sorry. I didn't. I love ideas. I love all the ideas being thrown out. There's no bad ideas. I think we should throw up every option we think of.
well, I know some of us have thaumaturgy, and we can make a noise for them to investigate to get into one area and see if they huddle over it.
You have to talk to cast that spell.
No, it doesn't.
It only has verbal components.
So the only thing you have to do is talk.
I don't have to.
Where does it say like verbal components and all that?
It's under the notes section if you're looking at it. It'll say like VS or MVS or
okay,
VSM.
A verbal, okay. All right, well, glad to know. What's if it's V and S? It means it's like V, S. It means it's both, or you're like
It's verbal and hand movements.
Okay. Dang it, never mind.
So we're assuming that Alaric is serving as a for this, right?
Yes.
Alaric is a switchboard.
All right, so ours would communicate to Alaric that he is capable of creating such supernatural effects without needing to speak or do anything. He's capable of using his magic in such a way as to psychically imprint his will on the world with some effort.
And just to make everyone aware, I can feel when this is about to run out, and it will just drop us onto the ground 15 feet if we don't use the rope to get back down at the end of it. At the end of this spell.
So does that mean we're actually going to complete our rest, or are we going to need?
I think it will complete a short rest. I'm just letting you know that when the spell ends, it just says it drops you.
Yeah. I
we
mean,
can
really,
also-
a short rest would be the full hour, so it will drop you at the end. It's like short rest, and you're being dropped.
Yeah. I
Ours, so we can see out of the invisible space, right?
You can see down.
Oh, thought we could see outside of it.
You can see through the portal.
Only
The
see
portal
through
is
the portal,
down.
which is
Yeah.
downward.
It's a 3x5 oval that looks straight down at 15 feet down to the ground.
Okay. Is there any way ours could try to determine if Grimshale is still there?
Oh yeah, give me a perception check. Let's try to hear, see if you can hear them.
All right. Here we go. How good that one? That's a 10.
Okay.
Do we see the little one still around, or hear it kind of like move off?
So you do hear various rumblings, whether that you're not sure who's making them.
So decision, are we going to try and knock them out and run away, or are we fighting the kobolds and baby Grimshale?
We don't get a long rest or a short rest if we try and fight them.
Well, I mean, when we inevitably come out of here and they see us.
If they're around, I don't know that we have a choice but to fight. Trying to put them to sleep is fighting.
Well, I mean, we could just try and run away as best we can, but if push comes to shove, fight them, or immediately come out fighting them. That's kind of my question: is are we attacking them immediately with damaging things, or are we trying to flee first?
That thing was just born, so it's probably hungry. It'll probably try and eat us. Should probably knock it out, at least.
Or maybe it's like some type of insects where they eat the other unhatched eggs once they're born.
We can hope. There's nothing wrong with that.
We don't see that happening currently, though.
I don't think we should kill it, though. I think if we kill it, Grimshale will just be that much angrier at us. Maybe if we show a small mercy like that, it will at least not pursue us outside of the ruins.
Yeah, if we have to drop down, I would rather have the chance to try to convince us not to. With me still having Grimshale's gifts, I think there's a better chance that they'll sense some likeliness, possibly, and not fully think of me as an enemy. And maybe that'll help.
I'm for giving Xanatos the chance so we fall out of the spell, but at least we've healed. We all end up prone, to start, but
Well, if we know it's coming, maybe we can 3-point land and be fine.
or we all climb inside of Sammy to start, and then just Sammy falls, and then we slowly climb out of Sammy.
How many of us can fit in Sammy?
Yes. We're
Sammy can put in a lot.
the 7 of us plus the 2 kobolds don't weigh more than 2,000 pounds and don't occupy more than 256 cubic feet.
I'm not sure I like the odds. Half the kobolds got eaten.
I was just gonna say we just watched literally 2 get eaten after that suggestion came from Whisper, which was not Whisper's fault, but we
he's
don't want to
full now.
Right, and also isn't there a command word for Sammy that lets him know friend not food?
I don't
Didn't you-
think that he's been bonded with enough to really have that happen yet.
I thought I remembered Calder like telling him and then him turning into an actual case, but maybe that's a gamble still.
Oh, we probably should have tried that before telling the kobolds to get in then. If that were the case.
Above table, I don't remember setting a word.
I remember it still needed training, so
Yeah, I do too.
That is the kobolds were part of the training.
They'll duplicate somewhere else. Don't worry, they'll come back.
Okay, next question. Let's say our encounter below with the young dragon and the 2 kobolds is successful. Are we going back to the heart of Draconia, or are we heading for the exit?
Also, we shouldn't climb into Sammy. We only get 1 chance per day to try to escape.
Oh, yep. Good to know.
There's just something innately
Lovely.
that tells me that you can only try the 1 time per day. But he also can't be killed, so we could potentially just hang out inside Sammy forever.
I mean,
Grimshale takes us, and we just live out our days with inside Sammy.
I'm Alark.
That's not cool with me.
Alark. The goal is to meet Grimshale and Xanatos to talk to her. So neither one of the options that you presented are the thing we're trying to do, unless that has changed.
Right. How do we do the face-to-face with Xanatos and Grimshale without being eaten?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
I was just hoping Xanatos would be very persuasive before she ate us.
We do always have, our secret weapon, ours. Maybe he could work magic on a second dragon.
I am very, very persuasive. However, I fear that it might think I'm very tasty too. And I don't want to run that risk. But if push comes to shove,
Can you even do it on Grimshale if you can't see them?
oh, no. I think I have to see them.
Matt,
Although I could do so silently. So if I could see them, perhaps I could try and enchant them without giving away the fact that I'm trying to enchant them.
But seeing them part is
Yes,
necessary.
I'm afraid so.
I don't think Grimshale's coming anywhere close to us without their darkness about.
Am I able to begin the process of attuning an item while we're in here?
Yeah. So you get to do it through a short rest.
Okay.
Obi, what were you saying?
I was just trying to figure out if Oh, how long we've already been in here now? Like, how close are we coming to the end of this hour for the short rest?
Why? Just out of curiosity. So I could help.
Oh no, just like, are we getting ready that like this is gonna give, and then we're gonna like I didn't know if I didn't know if there was like you're keeping separate time that like it's like this is the hour, and then
We're giving
like,
you time to sort of decide what you want to do.
Okay, I'm
and
just
then,
asking.
and then we'll kind of go. And I don't like have the timer that when it runs out. Good job.
I'm just making
It's a good
sure.
question.
I don't know.
It's a good question actually, because people do it differently.
Because I don't want to find out that you're like, and time. It's like, go.
When you're giving a presentation, you go over, and they're like, "Thank you." That's enough.
We don't have Oscar music. We just drop you into dragons.
Do we want to gamble on some rest casting? Oh no, wait, it doesn't work like that anymore.
Nope.
Frick.
I pray my light becomes strong enough that I can dispel such darkness.
That'd be pretty impressive for that to develop right when we need it most. Sounds very.
My magic seems to do that sometimes, but I can't be sure.
So, Xanatos, how do you imagine going about speaking with Grimshale?
I'm hoping to understand what they want for the future of Draconia and to see if there's any alignment. We know that the Black Dragon doesn't like Grimshale. We know that the Crystal doesn't like Grimshale, but we don't know why Grimshale doesn't like Draconia. So there's a reason why to like and point out the flaw in the reason, whatever, if there is one. Maybe we can avoid this fight altogether. But if they are a danger, then I'm willing to do what that Crystal said and give up the gifts of Grimshale to like fight for it.
What if we put the glowing blue bugs in Grimshale?
Did you bring any with you?
No, I didn't bring any. No.
So, I think it sort of sounds like maybe the plan is when we drop, attempt to put the dragon and the kobolds to sleep. If we can't do that, potentially run for our lives. Xanatos, maybe while we're running, you can shout really loud in your voice your questions at Grimshale, and maybe she'll answer as we're fleeing.
Or chase us and kill us.
That's an inevitability. Like, that could potentially happen, period, no matter whether he shouts it or not.
I would rather not try to talk with Grimshale right now while we're injured if we can help it. So if we are able to heal and rest, then I would rather do that first than talking to her. But if that situation comes up in that order, like where we can't do both, then yes, I can.
Well, they're saying after the short rest.
Wait, I'm talking about after the short rest.
Oh, I think like I heard like the short rest, like we're gonna drop and die, like and fight these things, and like.
No, I said after the short rest, we'll drop. I think the plan was try and put the kobold and the little dragon to sleep.
Okay, then yeah.
If that doesn't work, then flee instead of fight because you don't want to kill her kid and then try and have a conversation with her, I would think.
Correct.
And then as we're running, you shout your questions since you are her voice and can talk really loud.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to give us away, but fuck, our running could give her away.
Here's to hoping that that there are limits on how far she can hear through the ground. Maybe she's far enough away that she won't know that we're trying to escape.
Hope is a great thing.
It is. We wouldn't want to sabotage any good luck that might come our way.
So to clarify one other thing, after we attempt to put them to sleep, we flee. Where are we fleeing to?
Out.
All right.
Not back into Draconia. I think out is the best plan.
I agree with Orion.
Do we
I've had
think-
my fill of the ruins today.
Our remaining two kobold allies could direct us in the best course to get out? Do you think they know that?
I feel like they could at least get us back toward where where we first ran into them.
Or at
Where,
least give us a good direction to go.
Yeah, get us back to the tunnels, and then we work our way out.
All right.
Because I think going deeper at this point, if we upset Grimshale, I don't think Grimshale's stopping to turn around. If we get out, we have a better chance.
How do we protect Draconia if we have to come back in and face Grimshale again in order to get back to the crystal?
Well, we do know that there are other paths we haven't been down that we could find a roundabout way of getting back to the heart of Draconia rather than going through Grimshale's territory.
Okay.
I would sooner want to deal with that black dragon again than have to deal with Grimshale. Grimshale's a lot bigger.
It might just be me, but somehow I feel like Grimshale thinks this whole place might be her territory.
I think you're thinking right.
Yeah, I think you're right too.
I think she thinks Draconia is hers.
Well,
But before we get to that, we have to get through step 1.
yep.
Surviving.
We get ready.
No, I mean literally step 1, which is trying to put the things to sleep.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. We should get ready to initiate.
I know. I was
step
answering ours, who said surviving.
Oh.
No, we actually literally have a step 1.
Well, okay.
Step 1, put them to sleep. Step 2, make a run for it. Step 3, clear getting out of here. Like, so 2 is get out of this area, 3 is get out.
And Oz, I don't know if you have the means for it, but I did notice that you kind of distracted the kobold we just fought and prevented it from unaliving Calder.
Yes.
Which was amazing. Do you think that if one of the dragon folk that I'm trying to put to sleep, do you think that would work on one of them if they look like they're about to shake it off?
And a lull it senses, yeah. Well, out of game. Ours only has second level spell slots. Could he cast Silvery Barbs as a second level spell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Of course, it's at your discretion. It was just the thought.
If I think that it appears to be regaining its senses while being put under the pressure of your spell, I could try and pull the rug out from under its feet.
Better odds for us. Okay. But I think that if we do decide that leaving right now is the best course, it will be significantly more difficult to get back to the heart of Draconia next time.
Potentially, yeah. But there could be other tunnels that we don't know about. This place is massive.
So we're all still in agreement that we're going back out, right?
Me and Orion are. I don't know about the others.
That's the plan.
Oh no, Whisper, you can't.
Sure. I mean, Draconia has enemies outside of the reconstructed Draconia. It's a whole group of them out there. We were actually with them for a while.
Do you think the abominations could help us with the Grimshale situation?
or at least give us information on how they've gotten around without encountering and having to deal with Grimshale, maybe. It's a
Yeah.
good thought.
My vote is anything that gets us to survive, at least today.
I agree, Sally Kiss. We should get out of here by any means that we can and recoup ourselves. This place is a death trap.
Does the plan sound good?
Yes.
I guess the only trick will be to try and discern when the best time to try and find them all. Oh, right. We're going to try Oz. Be ready to try and lure them all to the same place so that I can cast my spell on them.
Of course, of course.
That has to be after the rest, though. Otherwise,
Right.
I think they're gonna group when we all fall out and make a big clattering noise.
All right. So are we good? Essentially, it sounds like we might be good.
I am.
Process that short rest, peeps.
All right.
Wait, hold on just a second. Trying to see. Rope trick. Okay, so spells can't pass out of it. All right, yeah, so we're gonna have to wait till after.
Yep.
And the effects of aid remain through a short rest, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah. Incidentally, for any future shenanigans, you do have to fully move out of rope trick before you can do any type of attacks. This is how I roll. I just sort of put my head out and
You can't do it from the rope, like hanging on.
Wait, so you can't just climb back out onto the rope, be fully exposed, shoot, and then climb back up?
Or you can do that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was saying some people like to do it where like just my head
they're
and
just
hands.
like, yeah.
Like to physically move out of the space of the thing fully and then move back in.
Someone casts invisibility, slides down the rope, Suda!
Yeah.
And then climbs back up.
Precise. Okay. In that case, you've all processed your short rest, and the ground beneath you vanishes, and you all fall. I just need a quick DC 10 dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Cool.
14.
Oh, thank God. 19.
19.
Didn't work. I'll try again.
3-point landing.
16.
13.
9.
Oh, Alec falls right on his back. Ah!
I think I heard something crack.
It was the eggshells and me.
Oh. It'd be great if you fell and you landed and then Sammy landed on top of you instead. And then
All right, that is 3 bludgeoning to everyone from the fall.
Everyone?
Yep.
What about those who succeeded?
Succeeded was for the prone condition.
Oh, okay.
There's no avoiding fall damage unless you're a monk.
Indeed.
What if you land on Sammy? Anyway.
That's still 10 feet.
You see now, at least those of you who can see through darkness or of dark vision, I should say, can see. Because otherwise, it is pitch black around. A light source becomes dim around them as this smaller dragon, flanked by 2 kobolds, immediately begin coming towards all of you. For this, then, let's do initiative.
Wouldn't they be surprised though?
Yes, have advantage.
Does it give us advantage or them disadvantage?
You
Us
advantage.
advantage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Disadvantage just 5 or advantage on the roll?
Advantage on the initiative roll.
Yeah. If you're rolling, you can do the advantage. Usually it's
So Lark is
18.
prone.
I got a
First
dirty
was
20.
Got an 11.
all right. I just need Xanatos.
Sorry, 18.
Okay. All right, then we'll go through it. Orion with 4. Is that what I have?
Well, I got an 11 and a 4. Those were my. I rolled a 1 and an
Oh.
8.
If you right-click the thing for initiative, you can select advantage or disadvantage. Just for
So 11 is
Interesting.
what you are. Okay, there you go. All right,
Oh.
then ours.
Okay. Ours would say, well, I guess the distraction goes out the window.
and there is darkness around them, or can we see them?
It is dark.
So there's
So,
the magic darkness.
Yeah,
Okay.
they put out a non-magical darkness.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
for those of us, so ours would observe the darkening effect, and he would manifest a soft golden halo around his head. Use the light spell to provide illumination for the rest of the team.
Okay.
So those of us, like the wizard, that can't see in darkness, now at least has dim lighting with which to see them.
Ours is so brave, putting a target on himself.
It's okay, I'm tough. I can take it. Yeah,
All right. Celicus.
this one ugly baby.
Okay, so we're waiting until we're putting them to sleep. So, I think the first things actually, because Alaric is prone, could I help Alaric up?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
I will help Alaric up and get him to standing.
Nice.
As a note, putting somebody to sleep can be done magically or mundanely.
You know, you're right. But also, I think
Choke out a kobold.
helping the wizard up might be good too.
Thanks.
You're welcome, buddy.
There you go. Anything else,
Maybe you
Celicus?
could try and talk it down, Celicus?
I don't know what I could say that its mom doesn't already want it to do. I could
Don't know.
try poorly singing it a song in Draconic.
Well, maybe you're a good singer. Let's see. Now's as good a time as any.
All right, what are you doing, Celicus?
After helping Alaric up, I think Celicus would try attempting to convince wee baby dragon that we are not food.
Adventurers are friends, not food. All right. We'll go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
That's a natural 1.
All right. As you, it gets more aggressive, it starts coming colder.
All right. I will bonus action, cast Jump on myself. And then move away a distance, just so that way, like the full 50 feet in a diagonal from my friends, if that's possible. I don't know how big the actual room is. And I will take the dodge action.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Xanatos.
All right. Xanatos would go a little bit ahead of the group, and he would try to use like his gift of Grimshale, like showing off the majestic presence of the dragon, like trying to show that like he is like one of Grimshale, and speak in Draconic to them and tell them, I am a chosen fighter of Grimshale. We are not here to harm you. We wish to just pass. Please let us go.
Persuasion with advantage.
So I already get advantage. Do I get double advantage?
I'll give you expertise on the roll.
Oh, what is that? Oh, so what is that?
So you add your proficiency bonus an additional time.
Okay.
So whatever your thing is currently, just
double it?
add 2 to it.
Oh, add 2. Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
Because you're proficient, right?
Yeah. That is 10, 14, 15.
15. Okay, so you shot at it. It has yet to take its turn, but as you shout that out, you do hear a roar.
I'm not shouting. I'm talking to them very calmly.
I know, but you are utilizing your Draconic gift.
But like, it's not all in one, right? Like, it's not like I yell as well, right?
Correct.
So it's just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you're invoking
You got the gift from.
Grimshale's gift.
Oh,
So they're feeling you do.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, it's D&D, my friends. Here we go. A lark.
How close are the 3 of these things together?
Within 5 feet of each other.
Then yeah, I will try and center the spell to hit all 3, and call out, Shma! And just this small burst of energy and arcane feathers, kind of white pillow feathers, erupt in that space, and they all need to make a Wisdom 14 save.
Ooh. Okay, so this is for the dragon. We said the kobolds are the same as the dragon. This fails. So they're incapacitated.
Yes. So they no actions or bonus actions, but they still get movement. It's like, and now we have to run. And I will take off my 30 feet after Calder.
Indeed.
That's my turn. Oh, with my free action, since I can't see anything, I take out my torch.
Well, you can because you've got ours doing there. Like, but yeah, you can still take it.
Oh, I thought it was dimmed because of the.
Only when it's close to them, yeah.
Because it dims the light as it gets closer. Otherwise, he's doing bright light.
Oh, okay. So he's doing bright light right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
All right. We'll go to Orion.
All right. If a lark is running and it looks like the spell's working, then step 2, run for the exit. And just start running, and then I will use my action to start dashing toward the exit.
Ours is going to dash. Wait.
It's not ours' turn just yet.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, you're at the top of it. And then the dragon here keeps running towards the fallen. So pretty much whisper. And then at the end of their turn, they fall asleep.
Nice. Luke, your camera just froze for a second, so
Yeah,
you went from
just-
up to back.
All right, I just see the last of the turn. Whisper.
Yeah. If everybody else is making an exit dash, I'm gonna make that dash. So I'm not gonna dash. I'm gonna move 30 feet. I'm gonna take my action to pull the quiver of arrows out of my bag just in case. That way I have them ready. And I'll slip the ammunition of slaying in there too. The arrow of slaying.
Nice.
And that will end my turn.
Okay. With that, so there are several natural ways one might be able to try to get out of this cave. Following kind of tunneling water, some of it more crawling. Otherwise, you'd have to go back the way you came and try to find a new passage. So that's kind of the options here and your intent here. So the next step here is going to be to try to get to the main ruins from what you've told me.
I thought we were asking the kobold, the two surviving kobolds that we had with us, if they had an idea of the direction to take. I thought that was the idea for the next step.
Okay, cool.
We didn't let them out though.
Oh. Whose job was it to let the kobolds out?
That's the next step.
Okay, with that, we don't have to be in this just yet, but you can go ahead and... So, is this to let them out?
Sammy, let him out. Sammy.
And spits them out. On with they're covered in blood of their friends. Ah!
Apologies.
It's okay.
Sincerely. He's not as well trained as I'd like. I'm working on it.
Much like Dragon.
Can you lead us out of here without taking a crawling pathway, preferably, from where we are? I don't know if you recognize this place.
Never here, but we can try.
We have the utmost faith in you.
Okay.
Which ones is it? Do I even recognize them?
I guess it was sad and said. Very cool. So, in that case, you have the two kobolds. They're going to try to lead you out, and you're trying to get to the main ruins, or where the town was, I believe, and like where it's being reconstructed. So, this would be another set of skill challenges, but because you have the two kobolds, you can go ahead and have the party has 2 heroic inspirations.
Nice.
On the skill challenge.
Whisper would like to see if she can feel or smell cooler air. Trying to see if there's might lead out.
Okay. All right. Trying to find the best type of air.
You're pulling a Gandalf?
Yes.
That is stale. Go ahead. For perception.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
It's 16.
16. Okay. Trying to smell on you. Good. Was it yes? That's it. Doesn't smell as much of dragon breath this way. Let's go.
I'm gonna look around everybody and be like, all right, part 1 down. Small dragon asleep. Part 2's getting out of this room, and part 3, we got this. There's gonna be no obstacles in our way.
It's amazing we're still alive.
Why did you say
Oh, is that another pet talk? Oh my god.
You've literally
Did you just text us? Did you just
called her.
text on the whole party at once? How did you do that?
So just trying to motivate everybody, be like, okay, bring the confidence up as we're making our way out.
Your persuasion check.
23.
Ooh, very nice.
I'll try and I have an idea. See if this works. All the time that Alaric has spent in the past looking over the map that he and Xanatos have, can I use history to try and recall what direction we might need to be heading?
Yeah, so history check.
24. 18 plus 6.
Okay. So remembering some of it, and you see there's bits of entirely buried and wrecked draconian wreckage, and you would go, okay, it must be this way, and you recognize some architecture, and with that, going where you believe the center of this place was. Who's next?
Can I try to look at? I just kind of want to. I'm trying to figure out how to look at the stone to see if there is what looks like that of like a path that was originally carved through here, whether it was from those little bugs when they were rebuilding, or if it was from Grimshale like making tunnels in here, to see what would be like the way that might be heading upward.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Uh, 21.
Ooh, very nice. All right. You start to see beginnings of carvings, some wrecked, but you pointing those out to the kobold, they go, oh, yes, 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 as they push you further up. Next.
Santos will, as we're running, I want to use like athletics to like start like throwing like rocks or something, like whatever makes the most noise away from us. So like kind of like to like where there's a whole bunch of noise over there, but it's not us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to do athletics with intelligence, I believe, trying to be a distraction here. Actually, let's do it better. Let's give you straight up deception.
Okay. Let me straight up deception. All right. Oh, it's alphabetical. That's a 10.
I mean, we have 2 to burn. Doing.
Yeah, I'll burn one of them. That's better. 18.
Oh, very nice. All right. Next. Dixakis and Aris.
Which of us goes first?
Whatever you want.
Is there any rumbling as we're trying to leave?
I mean, I would say at this point there is a low vibration if you're trying to sense it.
Okay. Ours is going to use thaumaturgy again to create tremors in the ground to try and further confuse, if indeed there's anything dependent on tremor sense or anything, feels things through the ground. It will, provide some static for them.
Okay. Yeah, give me a deception check.
All right. And I'm going to use Lucky
All right.
to roll this with advantage. Actually, I'm not going to use lucky. I'm going to use. Well, no, the inspiration is for everybody, right? Yes, I'm not going to use the inspiration. There might be a
So you're using lucky. Let's go.
Yeah.
Advantage.
All right. 17.
Okay. I'll be fair, I guess, and let you know that is going to fail.
Oh,
So up to you if you want to use one of the last inspirations or not.
yes. Because if we can pull this off, that greatly increases our chance of being able to get out of here. Oh boy, that's a 19.
Okay. Then Celicus.
I hope that's enough.
I'm not entirely sure what I would use here, but I'm thinking of the bug that like I accepted into like my being, and whether or not like I can communicate with it in any way, and whether or not it like reacts to the presence of the other bugs, knowing that we're heading towards like the ruins where there was a presence of them.
Okay, I like that. Give me an Arcana check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration from my review.
All right.
Boy, it's great that I did because it's a 4.
All right, says the 4 on that roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, you've been running further and further at this point, and finally break out through a tiny tunnel into where there's the dim blue light, bugs flying and carving into places, and others of it darkness. You can see sparks of the golems carving and working here. And you're in the vast place of this town. Or the ruins, but so the rebuilding ruins here. And you hear echoing throughout the city. Traitors.
Xanatos, now's your chance.
I think Xantus should just be focused on getting out, like, at this point. Like,
Okay, so what's everyone going to try to do? Because it's a fairly vast place. And you have to make it, and from the streets you will know roughly where the doors out, but then across the bridges and through the mausoleum and through some of the various places you'd have to go. It's up to you on your next moves here.
Are we getting into a? Are we going to allow Grimshale to basically treat this like a dogfight and just keep harassing us as we go, or do we just try and face them now that we're in like a more open place?
I mean, we have the advantage of the cover.
Do we also think that perhaps these constructs may or may not treat Grimshale as a threat?
Yeah, I'm totally down to like get this done now. Everyone seems to want to get out, but we're gonna stand. We're gonna stand, and I'm down with that. And then I can talk to Grimshale.
I question the wisdom of trying to fight a dragon in its element, but this might be our best chance. So I will defer to the decision that you all agree upon. I'm with you guys, one way or the other.
I mean, if Grimshale damages the buildings, I think the constructs might attack him or her, but I don't think we survive a confrontation with Grimshale, even with all the things we have. I don't have any magic left that is going to do anything to a dragon.
I'm towards the end of my rope too, Alark. I'm more than a little bit afraid.
So I guess I would hate to be on the bridge when Grimshale catches up with us, but there's another option. We split up. Whoever makes it out, makes it out. Look, there's no good situation. We potentially will die if we fight her. We'll potentially die if she catches us and we're on the bridge. She'll just knock us into the hole. So either we make it, all make for it, get out, or we all stand and fight, or we split up and hope some of us make it.
I do have the magic to keep us from dying if we fall in the chasm room.
And I suggest we make a break for it, but if she does attack us, we turn and stand our ground. Because being harried continuously as we're trying to run, because she may decide that it's not worth chasing us. But I think leaving her to continuously harass us is also unwise. So if she lets us go, like the prey's too quick, then we head out. If
most predators
guaranteed wins situation here. No guarantee. So we have to pick one and we have to do it.
I'm ready to leave.
I'm ready to leave as well.
What's going on?
So we're running.
sure.
We can't stand here and keep talking about it.
Whisper,
Sure.
I think you might be right. Maybe splitting up is the best choice.
Well,
All right.
I don't know if I said it was the best choice. I said it was a choice.
Well, it's a dreadful thought. I'm not confident that we can defeat her if we all stand together. And if we all try and run away and she catches us, we might all die. I think that is the choice that means...
I don't think we could defeat her at full strength, much less now.
The longer we talk about this, the more likely we'll have to defeat her. We'll have to fight her, whether we can beat her or not.
Running.
Yeah, I think what's the decision here? I think
Running, fighting,
running.
We're splitting up and running.
We need to run,
Running for the
and
exit.
splitting up might be the best.
okay. We're just going to go through. What does Carlos say? We'll do votes so we could move.
I'm fine with running.
Running, whisper.
Running.
Okay, so running, not splitting up and running.
No.
Okay, so just flat running. Orion.
Run.
Okay, Xantos.
Since 3 people said it, run.
Okay. So it sounds like we're basically going to be flat out running because it's 4.
Cowards!
Flat out running.
I'll let you know our department was finishing this set in the car because we wanted to make it so good for you, but okay.
Hey, just because we're running doesn't mean we get away.
I know.
It's true. We'll see.
I'm sure there's at least one more skill check before we go.
Oh, yeah.
In this moment, I would like to refresh my temp HP, Supora. Get back that 3 that I lost. And I will. I'm gonna grab the Dragon Slayer sling and activate my packed weapon through it.
Okay, so moving through here, your object is to try to get back. So just a little differently, I'm going to call for a representative check. Someone will roll that will represent how the group does as you lead them through. So first and foremost, and incidentally, what these checks are going to do is set the DCs I will then roll against for Grimshale against this. So that is how this is going to work. So we'll see how Grimshale does because it's more or less contested against them.
Oh boy.
So with that, first bonus is just going to be stealthy. You've learned by now that it is the vibrations that seems to be the biggest issue. So it's going softly, quietly, as best you can. Who would like to do the representative stealth?
I'll
do that one.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Can ours give help to whoever that is by once again creating more tremors?
So not for this. This is going to be straight for each person. Because there's going to be different 7 different checks.
Oh God.
6.
The nat 1.
Yep.
Okay. So here's the thing.
I vote to stay behind.
I'm going to. How many did we have? Do we only have 1 inspiration in chat? I think.
Am I allowed to use my heroic inspiration for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So heroic would be you can go ahead and
Because heroic is a reroll.
reroll, so you can, yeah.
Okay, then I will use my heroic inspiration.
So now everyone was saving resources. 20. Okay. I'm just sort of saying like this is probably the most important time. I mean, if
Yeah,
you fail,
so
it
20.
sucks, but this is what you want to do.
Looks like
Probably.
there are 2 inspos in check.
Okay. So those help with advantage. So there's
Yeah.
2 calls for advantage in chat that people can use. So this is and I'm going to give an additional heroic inspiration to the party because you did basically 6 out of 7 to get to this. Even though one for Desmond Grimshale's here. So, cool. Next, this is essentially navigation, so a survival check, just making through the quickest way through the city.
I'll do it.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and use one
There's
of the
5
inspirations.
total inspirations now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to use one of the inspirations in chat.
There we go. Art department.
That's an 11.
Okay. Survival 11. Okay. So, moving along then. Trying to notice where bits of building are disturbed to avoid Grimshale would do a perception.
Alaric would probably be better for that.
That perception is a wisdom check.
Your only wisdom guy decided to do a dex thing.
Okay.
Mark has higher passive perception though than ours, so I
All
think
right.
that is better.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
You're welcome to take an inspiration. There's
I still
four
have
left.
I still have a heroic. So
Yeah, but that's just a reroll versus advantage.
how is that mathematically different?
You have to take the heroic inspiration.
No. Heroic is reroll.
Yeah, like
And
heroic is the new roll is what you get.
Yeah, so if you get worse the
You don't
second
get to
time,
pick which one.
Hmm.
Darn you
I
and
could
knowing
have
the
done
rules,
worse than one.
Jonathan.
Okay.
Orion, are you
Uh,
able to grant guidance?
There's
No.
no
Oh,
none
yeah.
of those things.
Okay.
So
So
this
I'll,
is
I'll
the
take
full
another
roll
one.
for everybody.
I'll take advantage.
Because before what you took was one of the heroics that we had gained. This is just one of the chat inspirations. This is just advantage.
That's an 11.
11.
Wasn't a nat 1, so there's that.
There you go. You can search as heroic, but it'd be up to you. So.
Oh, I can.
If you have yours, because I think we used the two.
Yeah, there's
Oh, I
one
can
with the
still-
party, and there's yours, so you can use.
Oh. I mean, I rolled really low to get an 11, so yeah, I think it's worth it. So I'll use my heroic inspiration. Okay. And this is perception.
Mhm.
18 plus 4 for a 22.
There we go.
Nice. Ooh.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Next, throughout the cave here, you're seeing pieces are being thrown from the ceiling down, and therefore I need someone to lead in a dex save or acrobatics, your choice.
Yeah, I'll do that. I guess I'll burn an inspiration just because I don't have my heroic left. Uh, 19 total.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. And I would need athletics for all the physical things, moving and especially probably jumping, getting across the chasm once you get to it.
I would love to do that one,
Heck yeah.
considering athletics is the only thing I have going for me.
You've got this, Dragon Daddy.
Molly, but oh, how many times I wish I was good at athletics in the other Thursday campaigns.
Oh,
And sometimes Wednesday.
12.
Okay. Very interesting. So moving across, and now
There's one lower a DC.
yeah, I was just looking at that. Low DC's coming in. Another
Two
lower
lower
DC.
DCs.
Very cool.
3 lower DCs.
Okay. Being pushed throughout the city as you're moving seems to be torrents of the dragon's breath, a poisonous gas. So someone's going to do a representative con save.
Ours could do this, actually.
Right.
So ours is going to... and as we all start getting into the poison, he's going to start radiating more intensely positive energy, trying to keep us all in good health. All right, and so that is a 14. Got a 9. It's plus 5.
Okay.
And if that fails, then First time use of this ability, Ars could use the favored by the gods power, protects his destiny.
This is a fail on the con save.
All right. And in response, shining white light would come out from him. And you can roll a 2d4 to try and change the outcome. And that 14 becomes a 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And in that case, the very last, everyone is attempting to move. It appears immediately there could be traps that those few kobolds loyal to Grimshale may have set up to stop those fleeing. I need an investigation check.
Does it have to be someone who hasn't gone yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it thought.
Thanatos.
It's the only person who hasn't gone, right?
Yeah, I guess that's me.
Well, there's two inspos left.
Yeah,
so-
I'll use an inspiration in the chat. Okay. That is a 2 and a 3. And I will use my heroic inspiration. I hate this. So, heroic inspiration, do I reroll the advantage as well? Or
no, just one.
Okay, that's what I thought. Cool. 5. Sweet. I hate this game.
Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna figure some stuff out. Well, we're so close, doesn't really matter. Let's do it. Well, let's do it in case anybody needs to. Let's go ahead and do a 10-minute break, and we'll come back. Someone needs to make use of it. Alrighty, here we go. As we come in the back.
Show me potato salad.
Number one answer.
Oh. No, I wanted. That's what I wanted. So, you begin running through the ruins here, fast. So, the dragon, Grimshale, frustrated that they can't seem to find the vibrations of your footsteps, throwing large boulders down, trying to block your passage, having to try to remember the exact layout of the city while avoiding these large rocks to and fro, leaping heavily as you are led into a corridor that is filled with a poisonous gas as it breaks into your skin and the lungs for 25 poison damage.
Oh dear.
You push in further from this, trying to read everything. You are the writings and the blue insects going past your eyes, giving you a little bit of vertigo, until finally you make it into the large chasm with the wind blowing down and to and fro, and still rocks falling as you leap and jump, pull each other through and out, tripping, falling, landing hard on your chests, banging into things on your way, running through the rooms where so many mimics are hitting statues that reach out and try to grab, as you finally burst out of the ruins with 3 levels of exhaustion. But the daylight hits your face as you make it to camp. First, some are scared as the 2 kobolds emerge with you, as they say, "We're with big bosses!"
Yeah, they're with us, please.
You are given forms to fill out to take responsibility legally for them, anything they might do. And very businesslike. Oh, you all look horrible, but paperwork has to be done first. Good job in getting out. What do you have to claim? What good things have you brought back for us?
So ours is just trying to catch his breath, and he's got like black lines running down his face, and he looks like sickly almost as a consequence of the poison. And he just like looks like he's about to throw up, but chokes it back and looks up at the League of Miracles representative and says, "Our lives and some treasure too, I guess."
Oh, put it on the table. Let's sort through it.
The rule was we basically just tell them what we found, and then they have first rights of refusal on what we're actually getting rid of. So yeah,
So we don't have to declare everything we found, just everything we intend to sell.
no,
Right?
I'm
No,
pretty
it's
sure it was clear
everything we
everything.
found.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
so I put
Yes,
measure down because you know, Luke, we had that conversation that we ended up not having, and you're right, they have been good to us. So I put measure on the table.
I guess
put
it was just last time we just neglected to put some things on there.
No. You are actually, Luke is right. You are allowed, if you're going to use it, there's items you're allowed to not necessarily put on. You just cannot sell it.
No, yeah, but it was. I thought it was like, hey,
You have
hey,
to
we're
claim
keeping
it.
this. Like, we're keeping this, but we found this type thing. Because I
Yes.
remember having to show them my
Correct.
gloves.
Correct. You have to show what you have to show what
Yeah.
you have. You are able to say we're keeping it.
Yeah.
But that's the big thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
unless it has like an archaeological value, that was the other.
Yeah.
That they're allowed to claim.
I just one moment, and I look to Alaric, and I like point to like, so that way we can have just the conversation, us like telling you to whisper to me.
And ours held his down, but I throw up in the bushes all the poison that I just ingested, and then come back and send a whisper to Calder. Yes. What is it?
Do we want to just let them know about Grimshale now, since they're technically an enemy, and that would be information that would likely be, in good graces?
That might be a question for Xanatos. I don't have a problem with it, but he still has.
All right, talk to him.
No, we are not telling them about Grimshale.
I'll quickly relay that back to Calder.
What are we telling them about where we found all the dragon slaying stuff? Ask them.
Perhaps we say we found the hoard, but we don't know what dragon it belonged to. It was guarded by kobolds. We've already said that. They collected more things, and we stole it from them. That part is true.
Yeah.
So, I put the sling, the two dragon sling bullets on the table, measure, expressing that I will be keeping it.
Yeah, ours also puts his dragon sling and sling board of slang on there too, and affirms the same.
Do you put your compass or no?
Hesitantly, yes. And so he would take out this hand-carved wooden compass with small details depicting an age of heroes and exploration, the single black needle sitting inside, and he sits it down carefully. I'm keeping this as well. He kind of chokes out.
Okay.
Alaric is going to present the Dragon Slayer quarterstaff. He's wearing the Scavenger's charm that he's attuned to now. He'll produce the arrow slaying and the dragon touched focus. I'm willing to sell the staff.
What's that?
The Dragon Slayer staff, quarterstaff.
Okay. Very interested. Begin looking over it. Go ahead.
I show off the shield that I can't activate because I've already used it today. That makes my armor clean, and my Dragon Slayer sling. And I'm keeping them. Blood dribbles out of my nose. I'm dying.
They have a practice distance as they do all this. Like, very good. Oh, don't get it on the table. Yes.
Ours
Is it-
sniffles.
Is it possible while we're doing this, I can do a prayer of healing for everybody?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I will cast a
Support.
second level prayer of healing, and I will target Whisper,
not me,
Xanaco,
'cause I can-
Celicus, Alaric, and
You can do 6,
Ars.
right?
Yeah, I can do 5. So
Oh,
I will
5,
target
yeah.
everybody but me and
But
Cal.
us, yeah.
So everybody gets an automatic 6 hit points back, plus if you decide to take anything else from your short rest.
All right. And we'll hit die to gain back life.
Whisper will put down the arrows, 2 arrows of slaying, Dragon Slayer short bow, and she will show Full Tender, but she's keeping all of them.
Okay. So in that case, I will take a representative deception check. Oh, would you want to do
I didn't get to do my
Yep.
I will show the scimitar, the Dragon Slayer scimitar. But I want to keep that, but I will show Bone Splinter. But I will put the scaled ornament that I found in Grimshale's hoard down, and I will offer that up as first sale.
Okay.
Ours would lean against Orion's side tiredly as the positive energy generated by the prayer of healing is extra effective on ours and helps him to almost completely recoup, although he is still completely exhausted like everyone else. And as he leans against Orion's side, he kind of reciprocates and channels a bunch of his own positive energy, latent positive energy, actively into Orion to heal him. So this is Cure Wounds, 2nd level.
Okay.
And you're going to regain 17 hit points.
Thank you very much.
I can't believe we did it, guys. We made it out. For a second there, I thought we were goners.
Who'd like to make the deception check?
What are we deceiving about?
So
Where we found the
where
items.
you found it, it's not a Grimshare. You're trying to keep some of those things off the table.
I'll deceive and use the final inspo.
All right, -6.
That's why I'm using the inspo. All right, so it's an 18 on the die, so 12 after the thing, plus 6 for 18.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
And are they going to roll insight in response?
I think it's more like a DC thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Small.
Yeah. So they kind of. Why? What do you have?
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs. Okay. If you want to put that in, that's fine.
Well,
What's it look like for you to do silvery barbs in this situation, though?
It doesn't look like it at all. You can subtle spell it.
So you're subtle spelling silvery barbs.
Nice.
Looks like nothing's happening.
He's casting a little bit of bad luck onto them.
Yeah, but it does look like something because you have to make an actual distraction.
Well,
You just can't tell it's magical.
not necessarily. I mean, it can just be something purely in the mind. It can be totally mental. Like psychic. It is an enchantment.
That's all good. We'll move on, and we'll go ahead and so let's give a little bit of a thing. So as they look, they seem to nod, write up the official report, look at things that were brought to them, and the scaled ornament specifically. They go, "Oh, this is part of the royal family's treasure. There's a high artifact. And for all of what you've done, you receive 2,000 gold and a commendation as they further map out and allow you to proceed with what you have.
Fabulous. Ugh.
I'm assuming 2,000 gold is split up amongst all of us. It's not each.
Yeah.
Yes, 2,000 gold total.
So it's 250 each and 250 to the party fund, whoever was keeping track of that.
I am plus 250.
Thank you, gentlemen. We're gonna need some time to rest before we make our next trek in. But we're happy to have been able to provide you with this new information. Not you.
Of course. Indeed, as they kind of look and go, you have been quite good at this. We might be talking to you later. But of course, you are bleeding everywhere. Go and rest up.
Thank
Would
you.
our used the silvery barbs? Because it only triggers if they would have succeeded. You wouldn't have needed to do it if Lark was able to do it on his own. He was able to lie.
So yes, you use the silvery barbs.
Okay. All right.
Because more or less, I allowed it as a -5 to the DC in this particular.
I see. All right.
And so, all right. Then you're able to make your way. You do have a little encampment set out. And a few things as we wrap up. You all do progress to level 5.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'd have a question. Did any of us feel any particular way when, an item of the royal family of Draconia was sold?
Wait, did we sell one?
Mm-hmm.
What did we sell? I missed that.
It's what Orion put down that he said he would be willing to sell.
I didn't share that with everybody that you would be aware of that item.
Oh.
That was something I may have accidentally stolen.
Well, the 6 for HP, I'll take it above average.
Yeah.
Well, but if you sold you sold it for the group.
Yeah, I sold it for the group, but
yeah.
I
everybody was aware of a royal family. That was said very audibly.
Yes.
But no one would have known to say, "Let's keep it," is what his point was, because he just took it on, put it on the table, and said, "Yeah, I'm ready to go." So that's all. I think was the point. So that was the first all of you basically heard of it.
Yeah, but I was just wondering if there was any buzzing in our head. Did we have an emotional reaction to it? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I think as you think through that a little bit, I think it's more like you were like, wait a minute, and you do notice that your flower emblem looks a little red, like irritated.
Rose, Raggy.
Because Whisper did say that we couldn't take items from Draconia anymore last session.
Yeah.
Because that would be...
And to be fair, Orion probably didn't know it was from Draconia. Like, just the way that they got it. Just as just whatever, above table type of deal. So we just... It's good that we're on the same page. And I don't think, we might have known that. It just was a thing. Just like the staff possibly could have been from it, but nobody really took time to investigate it to determine. But that is that. It's one of those wonderful things. So, as you make it back to your camps, there is a what looks like a sealed envelope that seems to have been placed here. Attached and tied neatly right upon the tents with what appears to be two claws crossed and a knot that seems to tie them together with the seal itself. And Celicus, when you take a look at this, you immediately recognize this as a seer of Xarzith Kitril.
Wait a second. That name sounds a little familiar. Do. Where is it? No. I don't know. The name is tickling something in the back of my brain, but I don't know why. It's on my notes. I don't think.
So, this city, what you would know is it is a city mostly of Ravenites that they formed together in the fall of the ruins to the south of the ruins.
Yes. That's why. It's tickling in the back of my brain.
Therefore, you would know the symbol represents specifically the leadership of Xarzith Kitril, known as the Scars of Scale and Tooth. And that is where we will end for tonight.
All right.
On that, we have been watching. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week.